Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. If you've ever looked up at a huge black bird perched on a lamppost or soaring over a forest with a sense of wonder and thought, what exactly am I looking at right now? You are certainly not alone. Today, we're exploring a comprehensive guide that breaks down the ultimate corvid comparison, the raven versus the crow. So let's start with a really common question, one that pops up all the time. A lot of folks mistakenly believe that raven and crow just refer to the male and female of the exact same bird. Or maybe they think they're just interchangeable words for the same animal. But is that actually true? Well, spoiler alert, that is a complete myth. Literally, totally false. They are completely different biological species. Sure, they both belong to the Corvidae family and the genus Corvus, but they are on totally separate evolutionary paths, with some pretty massive differences in how they look, behave, think, and live. In this explainer, we're going to debunk the big corvid myths, spot the physical differences, unlock their phenomenal intelligence, compare the wild kings to the urban socialites, and finally, look at their crucial role as nature's winged guardians. Let's get to it.
All right, Section 1. Debunking the corvid myth.
While they're both in the Corvidae family, check out how they diverge. The common raven, scientifically Corvus corax, is the largest passerine or perching bird out there. We're talking a wingspan of up to 59 inches. That sheer size and strength makes it the undisputed king of corvids. Now contrast that with the crow. That term usually refers to the hooded and carrion crows, which are way smaller. And unlike the solitary raven king, crows are highly social birds that have adapted exceptionally well to living right alongside us humans.
Moving on to Section 2, spotting the physical differences. The difference is honestly night and day when you look at their size. A raven can weigh up to 1,500 grams. That is almost double the weight of a crow. Think about it. A raven looks massive and heavy, approaching the size of a hawk. A crow, much closer to the size of a pigeon. Plus, take a look at the beak. The raven wields this massive, thick, curved beak with bristles at the base, which is literally strong enough to tear through thick animal hide. Crows, on the other hand, just have a much slimmer, straighter beak.
But, the absolute easiest way to tell them apart is actually when they're flying high up in the sky. If you're looking up, check their flight pattern and tail shape. A raven flies a lot like a raptor. It gracefully soars on thermal updrafts, and importantly, its tail looks just like a wedge or a diamond. A crow, though, it's doing a lot of frequent, active wing flapping, and its tail has a smooth, squared, or rounded edge. So just remember, diamond tail equals raven, rounded tail equals crow.
Now, if you are still scratching your head, use these key clues. First, listen to them. Instead of the typical high-pitched caw-caw of a crow, the raven lets out this deep, guttural croak, almost like a talk-talk sound. And visually, if you manage to get a close-up, ravens rock this unique beard of shaggy, elongated throat feathers. Crows totally lack that feature. If you spot that beard on a massive, hawk-sized black bird making a deep croak, you are 100% looking at a raven.
Section 3. Unlocking phenomenal corvid intelligence.
Let's talk about their brains, because neurobiological research shows these corvids have cognitive abilities right up there with primates and dolphins. I mean, they don't just act on instinct, they literally use tools. Picture this famous experiment. There's a treat floating out of reach in a vessel of water. They don't just sit there and peck aimlessly. No, they assess the water level, deliberately find and drop stones into the vessel to raise the water and grab the treat. That is a clear demonstration of cause and effect. No random trial and error, just straight-up complex problem solving.
And their smarts go way beyond basic physics. Studies out of the University of Washington reveal their incredible memory and social intelligence. Get this, they can remember the specific faces of humans who pose a threat, their enemies, for years. And they'll even pass that information on. They also pull off some serious high-level deception. If a raven knows another bird is watching it hide food, it will actually create fake food caches to throw the observer off the scent. This points to an advanced psychological concept called theory of mind, meaning they understand that other individuals have their own separate thoughts and intentions. Mind-blowing, right?
Section 4. Wild kings versus urban socialites.
So where do these geniuses actually live? Well, they occupy completely different ecological niches, which is honestly a brilliant evolutionary trick to avoid competing with each other. The raven is your classic individualistic recluse. It loves vast, wild, empty spaces. Think Arctic tundras, harsh deserts, and high cliffs. They need massive territories and usually just live in pairs, nesting far away from human eyes. Crows, on the other hand, are a synanthropic species. They are the ultimate urban socialites. They thrive right in our human environments: cities, villages, agricultural fields, landfills. They hang out in massive hierarchical flocks and have totally figured out how to make a living in our anthropogenic world.
Because of these wildly different survival strategies and habitats, their lifespans differ drastically too. In the wild, a crow generally lives about 7 to 15 years. But a raven? They average 15 to 20 years in the wild, sure, but in captivity, an adult raven can live up to a staggering 70 years. Talk about a true testament to the robust biology of the raven king.
Section 5. Nature's Vital Winged Guardians. Beyond how incredibly long they live, we really need to appreciate the massive ecological value both of these species bring to our shared world. They get a bad rap sometimes, but they are an absolute necessity for the food chain. Think of them as nature's cleanup crew. By getting rid of carrion and waste, they literally stop the spread of infections. Plus, they're natural pest controllers, gobbling up vast amounts of insects and rodents. And those hidden food caches we mentioned earlier, when they bury seeds and forget about them, they're accidentally planting trees and aiding plant regeneration. In fact, scientists today even use them as key modern indicators for the overall health of our environments.
Because of that striking black plumage, those complex voices, and that undeniable intelligence, they've been inspiring humanity since ancient times. But it's fascinating, we treat them completely differently in our myths. The mighty raven is almost always a symbol of wisdom, eternity, and divine secrets. Think of Hugin and Munin, the two ravens flying across the world to bring news to the Norse god Odin. The crow, though, since we mostly see it scavenging in our towns, took on a much more grounded image. It became the ultimate symbol of grit, extreme adaptability, and pure, raw survival.
So, if there's one crucial takeaway from this explainer, it's beautifully summed up right here. The raven is the mighty recluse of wild spaces. The crow is the adaptable social survivor. Always remember, the next time you see one, these are absolutely not just interchangeable words for a black bird. They are two remarkably different, highly intelligent evolutionary strategies existing right above our heads. Understanding all these differences really helps us appreciate the rich biodiversity we share this planet with. And it leaves us with one final, pretty fascinating thought. Tomorrow, when you step outside and spot one of these feathered marvels navigating our concrete jungles or soaring over the woods, knowing that they can remember your face, use tools, and pass down knowledge, it kind of makes you wonder, as we continue to alter their world, what exactly do they think of us? Thank you for exploring the incredible world of corvids with me today. Keep looking up,